you take notes and maybe you forgot something, and you can return to the video and say, okay, what he trying to say. Yeah, it's
Absolutely
good.
right. That's a brilliant feature from Google Hangout. One
Yeah,
can really easily record everything. You can
yeah.
listen later. It's a very good feature.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So CT PPC process review. Uh,
Okay.
so CT PPC is nothing but our service pay per click, and basically we offer three type of services: paid
Mm-hmm.
search, paid social, and Amazon paid ads, which is actually still very new, uh, the third one. But mainly we offer paid search and paid social
Mm-hmm.
services. Under paid search, then our main platforms are Google AdWords, Bing Ads, AdRoll. By far, Google AdWords account biggest share of our advertising for our clients, followed by Bing Ads. And AdRoll is pretty much minimal. I think just one or two clients are on AdRoll.
Okay.
On a
It's only display, right? Ad roll.
Yeah, it's only display, but we treat it as a paid search. Yeah, that's a good question. The reason I have placed it under paid search is because Google AdWords also offer display advertising. So mainly we treat it under paid search advertising, but we can name it paid search engine marketing,
Hmm.
or in simple terms, uh, paid digital marketing. Paid digital marketing will probably define it, more smoothly, since we can see Google AdWords also offers retargeting, display advertising, video advertising. So we can technically not say paid search or paid search in marketing. Paid digital marketing suits a lot better name.
Hmm. Okay.
Good. Second is a paid social. Now, paid social is nothing but social media, paid social media advertising, and our main platforms are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn paid advertising, and Pinterest paid advertising. Once again, Facebook is by far, uh, you know, the biggest share of advertising that we do for our clients. LinkedIn, few clients are on LinkedIn, two, three clients are on LinkedIn, and there is no one at the moment on Pinterest. But in the past, we had one client for whom we had done Pinterest paid advertising. So these are
Okay.
our three platforms which we focus under paid social. Amazon is pretty new, and obviously we are very early for Amazon paid ads, but just Amazon platform would be here. So these are all the platform and their classification under CTPPC services.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Next is, now we get two types of clients. We have a good idea of like what kind of service we offer and their classification.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get two types of clients: e-commerce clients and lead generation. E-commerce clients basically hold 70% of share in CTPPC. At the moment we are having 50 clients who are e-commerce out of 68 clients. And typically you will always going to find out, majority of clients is e-commerce here in CT. So the ratio could be like 70%. Sometime it might be even 80% as well. But since recent months we have gotten good number of lead generation clients as well. So the ratio went up to 30% for lead generation and 70% for e-commerce. But still you can see the number of clients, it's a really big difference. We have 50 e-commerce clients at the moment who are doing PPC with us. However, lead generation are only 18, which means 30% of their share in CTPPC.
Yeah, it's a
Yes, a
lot.
lot. Yeah, great. So I have spoken about these two important things. First, CT, PPC and the platform and their classification. And second is the types of clients we get. I have spoken about this because our Basecamp tasks are divided based on client type and channels. It's pretty important to understand this. Now, Basecamp tasks, which we will going to see next, would be based on a client type and the platform or the service client would actually hire from us. So right here we can see for e-commerce clients and for lead generation clients, now Basecamp tasks are further divided based on client type. Under client type, then paid search and marketing and paid social media marketing. This is exactly same as what we have spoken here. Paid search in marketing or paid search or paid digital marketing. And the second one is paid social. The next classification is the Google AdWords Bing ads. So this means we will actually always see platform specific Basecamp tasks for a specific service and the specific clients in pretty much each Basecamp account. Now, if you go to one of your clients, say like Immer and all, this is your client. Go down to their to-dos. You're going to find out that the PPC to-dos, actually, I think Immer and course, yeah, there we go. You can see here, this one is the e-commerce clients. It is having paid search and marketing, and it is offering Google AdWords. This is the service that we have been offering to Immer and Oats as of now.
Yeah, I see it. Here's all the list with the. It's like a template, right?
It's a template, absolutely. It's exactly. It's
so,
like.
In this case, I suppose because it's only Facebook ads, all the Google AdWords tasks, they for that scenario doesn't work. So I think we need to going forward directly with Facebook ads, right?
Absolutely, that's true.
Yeah. Also, I read your message, and here I could see there are so many messages from Sarah about this account because it's supposed the client or the DP want to run the campaign, but also I have some questions about not only this project but in general. Maybe later we can talk about this, I think.
Yeah, I'll actually check the chat later on for this specific case, and we'll see where we are at the moment with that.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay, cool.
So when you mean lead generation clients, for example, it's a client who supposed to get contact forms, contact information, and that's supposed to be a lead, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When the goal is to generate contact information or phone calls, in other words, or as a second goal, we will treat it as a lead generation. Any client who is offering online sale facility on their website is typically called as e-commerce clients. All right, great. So the Basecamp tasks, as we understand, the template will look like this. For specific clients, we're going to find out a specific task. So for e-commerce, and then for lead generation, this is what we can see. Now, one of the big difference you'll probably notice here is LinkedIn's introduction. LinkedIn is not there in case of e-commerce. The reason is because we do not recommend clients to run advertising over LinkedIn for e-commerce, because LinkedIn is more suited platform for lead generation.
Yeah.
So
and it's very, very expensive.
Absolutely, it's very expensive. Its CPC is a lot higher. Similarly, you can also see ad role. Typically, we do not recommend ad role for lead generation clients because I have never seen it really, perform for lead generation. So we keep it a recommendation for only e-commerce clients.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Now, all right, we understand now a basic template here, basic, structure like PPC services and different channels we offer services for, and how we can expect Basecamp tasks in actual Basecamp projects for a specific clients. Now let's begin with understanding PPC workflow cycle. I'm sure you must be having very good idea about what is setup phase, what is management phase, what are different stages in setup phase.
Mhm.
But this will give us a very good chance to refresh our knowledge here. PPC workflow cycle is basically how you manage your work whenever you handle an account. uh, it all starts with setup phase, and inside setup phase, you will follow these steps. You will start with account setup, then you will move to getting conversion and remarketing pixel setup. Then if it is e-commerce clients, you will definitely also want to have a feed, shopping feed setup. Once all these initial pixel and feed related work has been done, once all these three stages has been done, then you will move into campaign creation, and you will start with keyword research. You will group them, and you will get your ads written. You will select landing pages, and then finally, you will actually insert all this information in channel like AdWords or Bing ads, and then you will launch the campaign. This is a
So
okay.
no, sorry. For example, for MR Note, I think right now we are in account setup, right?
Yeah, I think Caesar. I think I quickly saw Caesar's comment as well. He said that he asked Karanbir to get conversion pixel implemented. So maybe we are done with these two phases.
What do you mean about you? Oh, with the second phase, you say conversion and remarketing.
Yeah, Caesar
Okay.
commented that I think he has requested, and in fact, we have opened it at our end,
Yes.
and looks like all the tasks are still not assigned. But where then?
Yeah. Yeah, because for example, with this project,
Mhm.
I, to be honest, at the moment, I don't do anything because I only check the documents about what is this company, what's supposed to do with the campaign, but I right now I don't have the ads and I don't have the landing pages and I don't have the access to the business to the Facebook business account. So that's
Yeah, I know.
why.
I know. We will
No,
actually address it separately for Emer and
yeah.
what is the concern there. I'll look into
Oh,
that.
okay, cool. Yeah, and also when I received your message and also when I received the message from Sarah, I I got a little afraid to say, oh, maybe I forgot something, you know, and I try to be very responsible with my task, but
Yes,
the
I appreciate that you are taking it that way.
you
Uh,
know,
yeah. I mean, a lot of time we often, create a group chat in Hangout, in
okay,
order to get a quick idea about where we are. So sometimes it's just a kind of catching up with updates, and sometimes it's like more towards concern. I guess for Emer and Oats, it's more towards catching up with updates. I'll definitely
oh,
see where we are.
okay,
Uh, all right, but I feel like we most likely be on conversion remarketing setup per Caesar's command.
okay,
Maybe we need to proceed with shopping feed setup and then keyword research.
okay.
One thing to keep in mind here is, and which is very, very important in a project setup phase, a lot of phases, a lot of these stages may run in parallel.
Mm,
Like once you completed account setup and conversion remarketing, or say you ask developer to implement your conversion pixel, but now developer, you are expecting that developer will likely going to take 2 or 3 days. So you may probably don't want to just wait for developer to complete before moving to next stage. What you can do is while you are waiting for developer to finish up this, you can move to this step. You can sign up for Google Merchant Center. Then you can again request another developer, feed developer this time, to set up your shopping feed. And again, there is a waiting period. You know what I mean? A kind of workflow. Some phases might run in parallel. They may run
Oh,
equally.
okay, cool. I was a little confused
Mhm.
about, for example, the keyword and research group, and um, because sometimes I read from other projects about this this phase about keyword and research, and I'm not very sure. The PPC analyst supposed to do all this research about keywords, or somebody like, for example, PPC Tech or the DP,
So
or
PPC take is you only. If there is any wording written somewhere, PPC technician, it means you. A PPC
oh, okay,
analyst
okay,
is also you.
oh,
Both.
okay,
I think you may have confused because of an outdated Basecamp task. In certain projects which are actually there since a long time, we used to use a different Basecamp task.
oh, yeah, yeah, probably, yeah, because for example, I found for other projects about, for example, they used to do research about keyword, for example, for SEMrush. For example, in my case, I don't have access to SEMrush. So, for example, I did a research about 3 days ago for Ellen Curtis, and for a small campaign, and I did it as myself, just I put all the keywords over there, and then I request the ads to the DP.
Hmm.
So,
Right. So ACM Rush, the access I'll give you on chat. Just remind me after this.
okay, sure.
ACM Rush is a good tool, definitely to perform research of competitors and maybe getting some quick keyword ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, PPC technician, PPC analyst, PPC person, any kind of those wording would always mean that you guys.
Okay. So the only part that we don't supposed to do is the ads, right? But I think the whole management campaign is on our side, right?
Absolutely correct.
Okay,
We are
great. That
the main authority
mhm,
to take care of PPC account like AdWords,
okay,
being as Facebook.
okay,
However, we have certain teams who assist us, like copy strategists. They'll be there to write down ads on behalf of you, so that you
mhm,
don't need to spend your time over there. And at the same time, since we are mostly, not native English speaker, so often, we should probably have someone from United States write down ads for us. That may probably, we will have high quality ads, will not have any grammatical errors and something like that.
mhm,
So
yeah,
copy strategies should always be there to assist you write down copies.
okay,
But
great.
this does not mean like you are requesting them copy for each and every single activities you do. Sometimes what happens, this is a great example. You have requested copywriter to write down ads for branded campaign, for example.
Mhm,
Now they have provided you branded ads. Ads are approved by client as well, and you are running branded campaign. Now you are launching dynamic search ad campaign. Now dynamic search ad campaign only need a description line, right? It
yes.
doesn't need headline or anything. So you can be smart here. You don't need to ask copywriter provide you description line for dynamic search ads. You know that branded ads has been already written by copywriter and they are approved. So you can actually copy the description from branded ad and use here. You can use it here in dynamic search ad.
Oh, so in that case, for example, if the DP doesn't provide me the ads, I can take as just create, not create, but just do a trial about a dynamic search campaign and took the ads from the account, you mean?
Absolutely right. If we have
Okay.
existing ads, we have good ad history, we are already good with, or we are aware about that certain ad description lines are already converting in the existing campaigns, then you probably don't need copywriter to write down, fresh description for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very interesting that, because what I could detect in, for example, Ellen Curtis is, sometimes the ads are very generic. Are not a specific for a category or a product. So I suppose I can use the ads and just change the title or change the slide, and it's like a new ad.
Yeah, it's
Okay, good.
true. It's a true. I mean, uh, I always, say this phrase that one needs to be in position to be flexible little bit with even this process that we have in a base game, because PPC is a kind of field, which is very flexible field. Lot of
Okay.
time, the example you gave here for Ellen Curtis, what you see in Ellen Curtis is really a strong history, very good history. So that means, you can simply maybe pick up old ad which are already converting, and you can still, either let them run, or you can probably add them into your fresh new campaign.
Hmm.
However, you are seeing them that they are very generic. You know what I mean? Even though they are converting since long time, they have a good history, but you seriously see that they are very generic, and you probably need a fresh ad copy. So here you can request copywriter, write down or come up with fresh ad copy. The
Okay.
reason is because, you are spotting, you are noticing that your guts are saying that these ads are very generic. So it's a kind of case by case basis. Even with the existing ad history, you have a strong ad, but they sound like very generic, and you feel like you should update them. Then you can feel free. You can feel free to request copywriter write down phrase at copy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds very interesting. That. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. So these are actually the setup phase. All I explain here is until you launch up a couple of initial campaigns, uh,
Yeah.
like branded, dynamic search ad, shopping campaign, uh, first batch of non-branded campaign. So they'll comprise here in this cycle, and then you will move to management phase. Once you let your campaign runs, obviously, you are expected to monitor those campaigns. You are expected to observe their performance. So the management phase will look like this: like you are running campaign, so you are reporting their performance. Reporting means you are seeing their numbers in AdWords or in our PPC central dashboard. Uh, you are seeing their number, you are analyzing their performance against the KPI. So for e-commerce, typically KPIs are, generating conversion value by cost, or you know conversion value against the spend we do for e-commerce, and for lead generation, generating conversions or leads, maybe also looking into cost per acquisition. You will analyze your performance against the KPIs. Then you will refine your campaign. You will make the adjustment based on your observation, and you will eliminate poor performer. Uh, then again, you will go ahead and update keywords and ad group beats. It's a kind of, all our campaign optimization steps. And
Uh,
you'll probably also do A/B testing. This is a complete management cycle.
yeah. I suppose A/B testing, you mean like run experiments in AdWords, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question about the last phase, about the Google Shopping feed. In that case,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose there is an area or a department who provides the PPC with that file, right?
Good question. The feed file will come from developer, feed developer.
Oh, okay, great. And do we need to send some information, or the developers know what information is supposed to go inside that file?
You will need to begin with signing up for Google Merchant Center.
Okay.
In case if client is not having any Google Merchant Center, so you will sign up for Google Merchant Center. Then you will enter business information there in in Merchant Center, like domain name, client's business address, as well as you will also need to verify your domain into Google Merchant Center. To
Okay,
verify
great.
your domain, you typically get two steps to verify your domain. First step is either you can verify through Google Analytics if you have Google Analytics access, or you will have to upload a meta tag or HTML file into your domain's header section. So there you will need developers help. Of
Okay,
course, I'm a
cool.
developer.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I think maybe with the first shopping campaign, well, I will ask you, or maybe with the other team members, because I never run a shopping campaign because I you remember I told you in the first meetings what we had is, for example, here in Latin America, is not, at the moment it's not too popular Google Shopping, so that's why I never ran.
Immer and Oats will be a good opportunity for you. And what is very good thing is we have all the tasks outlined here. You can see this task: Google Merchant Center sign up or get access, plus Google, set up Google Shopping feed. This particular task and the notes inside this task explain you what you need to do, like Google Merchant Center sign up or get access. So I think for Immer and Odds, we'll probably need to sign up officially.
All right.
And then once you sign up and verify the domain, you will then ask, developer, set up the feed for this client. So that step is right up here.
Okay, cool.
Developer will need to set a feed and connect it with GMC account. So once you sign up, then here you will put a comment like, "Hey developer, I have signed up for Google Merchant Center account. All the information has been added into Google Merchant Center account. Can you please proceed and set up the feed for this?" After putting the comment, you will then assign this task to feed developer, who is a Karan Dua and Seamer. Karan Dua and Seamer both are our designated feed developer.
Okay. What I check in the AdWords documentation is you don't need to submit link by link. It's like when you send the feed, it's take all the URLs, right?
Yeah.
And take all the titles and the description for each product, and also the price and the category, and I don't remember, but it has too many attributes, right?
Yeah, typically our feed developers are experienced with how to set that up. These days, a lot of website uses e-commerce stores like BigCommerce, Shopify, and these these e-commerce store actually offers like plugins or apps to quickly generate feed and submit to Google Merchant Center.
Cool.
Our developers know everything about that. So you just need to assign them requests and they'll take care of that. In case if they would need any further information, like if they do not have access of that e-commerce store or some problem is coming up, they'll actually comment back here, either to you, either asking more information from your side or from DP.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it sounds very interesting. For me, it could be a good challenge because, like I told you, I don't have too much experience of that, but I would like to learn about this because the client. So it sounds good. I would like to ask you about the feed. For example, for our clients, do we need to upload it every day? Because I read, for example, in some blogs and some web pages about PPC, and a good handling or a good policy is if you upload it day by day. But I don't know if it's true or false. But I read that about a month ago
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
recommended to get refreshed every day,
Mhm.
especially for the website whose inventory or prices is on daily basis.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
but for some clients, like if you are uploading it once in a week, that is also
Mhm.
fine. For some
Okay.
clients, if you are refreshing it once in a month, that is also fine. Once in a month is actually a deadline. After that, your feed will be expired if you are not refreshing it.
Oh, okay. So we need to upload it before finish the month, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And typically, our feed developer automatically set it up to get refreshed on daily basis. So there also we don't need to take care of that.
Okay, cool. Well, and about management phase, I have, well, it's
Mhm.
not a question, but it's a comment. For example, today I talked with Cesar by Hangout because he sent to me yesterday some comments about uh, Ellen Curtis campaign, and what I talked with him is, for example, I know we have too many templates and we have too many steps to run the campaigns, but I think maybe for some campaigns it doesn't apply all the steps. What I trying to mean, for example, for Ellen Curtis, what I could see is that account it has a lot of campaigns, and for example, if you ask me, what do you think? Well, I think could be better to focus the budget, the best in the best campaigns, and not still running campaigns with not good performance. For example, in that account, I have, I don't remember exactly, but it's like 2 or 3 campaigns, and only have $3 daily. And with $3 daily, you can do a lot. So probably, if you ask me, what do you want to do is turn off those campaigns and invest more in the campaigns with a better performance. I don't know if you catch my point, but is what I trying to explain is to be smart to how we manage the budget of our clients.
See, that's where you need to utilize your skills and
Mhm.
knowledge. Like what you think would work, you are recommended to deploy that practices. Now,
Mhm.
Caesar is a QA analyst. His actually primary job is really to find out where we can improve, or whether we are following the best practices or not. So his comments sometimes may not necessarily mean that you will need to deploy that. If you have a strong reason like that will not work, or if something you are doing as per your strategy, you don't need to implement that. You can simply comment that this is what I am doing. I think this makes sense, and that way Caesar and everyone would also be agree with that. You getting
Okay,
my
great.
point? This is where we
Yes.
need your skills.
Mhm.
This is where we need your experience.
Yeah.
This process sometimes, that's why the reason I often tell this PPC is different one. Each account, whatever working in one account is not does not mean that it may work on other accounts. You have to constantly watch out for it, what is working in a specific account. So if something
Yeah.
is working, and if Caesar is suggesting something else, and you have a strong reason that that will probably not work, you can simply
Mhm.
comment there. And
Yeah.
that QA finding, or that QA flag should be then turned back to like one problem to no
Okay.
problem.
No, cool. No, but by the way, for example, the comments what Caesar said today, it it was very interesting, and it makes sense. So, and I think what he said it was correct, and also I worked on them, yeah. So it was.
Absolutely. That's what I recommend everyone to really look into Caesar's suggestions, because he's someone who is having, very strong knowledge, 14 years of knowledge on pay-per-click. So,
Yeah.
the reason he has been doing QA is so that we can follow best practices and our accounts can be on good shape. So if you really think that what Caesar is recommending something you should deploy, you should really deploy that as soon as possible. That way, your account will be in a good shape and track.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So these are basically the cycles. Everything actually runs around this setup phase and then management phase. Both cycles, once you are done with setup, then you will be managing your existing campaigns. And then again, you will turn back to setup phase time to time, because you will obviously need to launch new campaigns once your initial campaigns are, in good side. Like in our first batch, we'll be launching non-branded dynamic search ads, marketing, shopping, and first set of non-branded campaign. In your second batch, you will probably think about launching competitor terms campaigns. You'll probably think about launching automated display placement campaign and managed display placement campaigns. That you can probably think on launching in your second batch. So the second batch is nothing but, once your initial campaigns are really running good, you think that you still have a good budget to spend, you will return from management phase to setup phase again, and not necessarily starting with account setup, remarketing, pixel, or shopping, but you'll start from here, because there you will only need to do keyword research, ads writing, and campaign launching. Sounds good?
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good.
Awesome. Now,
Sorry, this document isn't wrong in the training or not?
it's a PPC process, coalition PPC process. Yes, this is there, not specifically this document, but whatever we are discussing here, this is actually a review document, a new document I prepared today. But we are eventually talking about PPC process in Basecamp tasks and how to use it.
Okay, cool.
So if you remember, I had actually told you that you can probably refer back to coalition PPC workflow guide anytime, in case if you come across to like what to do next. Now for shopping, now Google Merchant Center and shopping campaign, you have a good question like, whom to contact to get your feed set up. So whatever I explain here, like you will sign up for GMC and then ask the feed developer to set up feed. This same thing has been mentioned in workflow document as well. So you can refer it again, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. It makes sense. Yeah, if we don't know how to get forward, just check again the documentation. Yeah, it's like a compass, I think.
Absolutely, this is what I am referring to. You are familiar with this. At first, you would have not taken it kind of like that seriously, but now since you are doing the work, you can come here and see where is feed related task. So feed related task is right up here.
But
right?
You know what? I understand too much easier and better the another document you start at the beginning of this call than that one.
Yeah,
Really? Because
that's why I thought that we probably should have this session, PPC process review. There's a lot of you, I know for new joinee, it takes a little bit of time to catch it up. But I think, honestly speaking, we have a very, very strong document with us that, you anytime you use, you don't need to wait for like my input anywhere or my answer or anyone else help to you. You can pretty much find out everything, through the documents.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so be sure to bookmark this because you may probably need it in case if you come across to any questions. Remember, PPC Take is nothing but you guys So it clearly explains here for Merchant Center. PPC Take will set up Merchant Center account for client. In many cases, clients often already have Merchant Center account. So yeah, that is also in case if client is already having existing Merchant Center account, then you will only need to request digital producer to get you Merchant Center access, either direct credentials or request client to add your official ID as a user in Merchant Center. And even it has provided a template as well, how you can tell digital producer that, hey, digital producer, I need to have my ID added as an user in client's Google Merchant Center. You can send this how to guide to client if client doesn't know how to add a user.
Okay, great.
And once you get that access, then shopping feed setup will start. And here you will assign feed setup task to appropriate developer once Merchant Center is set up. Now, appropriate developer means feed developer who is either Karan Dua or Seamer.
Okay, cool. And for that, do I need to send him a specific information or not? Just the
Good question.
developers.
Yes, you need to just tell him or her that you have signed up for Google Merchant Center. Just set up the feed. Only that line. Nothing is specific. If he will need more information, he will ask you.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we have seen the cycle. Now let's take a look into the real Basecamp. So far we talked about a kind of cyclic view, but we can absolutely take a look into real Basecamp tasks, which you often see in Basecamp and in the form of cycle. So under AdWords setup phase Basecamp tasks, you'll see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tasks under AdWords setup. It all start with add to PPC Center, keep and assign out tasks. This particular task, this one, number one task is this.
Cool.
Add to PPC Center sheet and assign out task. This is actually for me.
Okay.
You can read it.
You know, I would like to ask you, can we see that with a real example? When I say real example is to see, for example, I know Miami Hypnosis going to run AdWords campaign. Maybe we can, I know it's not already finished that, but maybe we can going forward with that with a good, with a real example, because sometimes we people, we talk about theory, but sometimes it's a bit different theory and practice.
Absolutely. So you can take a look into existing project. I can give you access into existing project where same kind of tasks have been already done by someone else.
Okay.
That will probably give you kind of better idea. So one thing you need to do is in that someone else project is you need to actually use search function to find out your specific task.
Okay.
For example, I'm giving you access into
for example, at the moment I have project for 1Hertz, Emerald Out, Aaron Curtis, Miami Hypnosis, NHB Natural Pet Products, and Trophy Outlet. I have all this.
Yeah, for Ellen Curtis and Trophy Outlet, you'll probably find out outdated Basecamp tasks. They may not matching exactly the same as what we have right up here or here. Because we time to time update our Basecamp project and their naming convention. So sometimes they may not be matching with their names or the context or notes, but a lot of time they are pretty much similar.
Okay.
So I think for Ellen Curtis and Trophy Outlet, you will find out this case. In Iman and Oats, you can clearly see a lot better Basecamp tasks, right? But in Ellen Curtis, you're not going to find out this kind of Basecamp tasks.
Okay.
So here, how you should proceed is maybe you should proceed with creating Basecamp tasks yourself. Like there aren't many tasks except, okay, there is an AdWords management. Okay, there are existing tasks. There are existing tasks in Ellen Curtis, which is good, not a problem. But in case if you don't see it totally matching with what you see into new accounts case, like for Immer and Odds, don't worry about it. The reason is because Ellen Curtis and Trophy Outlet are with us since a long time, and they are having maybe little bit of outdated tasks.
Okay.
So good idea is I'll actually give you access into 1-2 clients. Take a look into Glitchy Girl Boutique. This is Surveys managing this task. So what you can do is you can go to to-dos, and suppose you want to get an idea about how Google Merchant Center gets set up, right? So same task open from Glitchy Girl. Move, scroll down to the base.
The only problem, I don't have access to that project.
I'll give that access to you. Forget about Glitchy Girl since it is having outdated tasks. We'll probably go to Jenny B. Still not started. About Lenny Group, Magnolia, Moldex. Which one else is new one? And Simple Solutions. I think Simple Solutions will be very good to take this as an example. The to-dos, scrolling down. Oh boy, it is also an outdated task. Stone Products.
What's the name, you say?
I'm trying to open a good Basecamp task where you can probably see correct details.
Okay.
Plaza Japan, Physica Energetics, Periodic, P3 America. I think P3 America will be a good one. And I'm sure it's lead gen client, not it's a e-commerce client, not lead gen. Oops, it's a lead gen. So you won't be getting merchant center or shopping feed over there.
Okay.
Miami.
Hypnosis? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, who is managing this? Okay, you are only, but this one is also lead generation, but so you cannot get how it works. Lane 201. I want to give you a perfect client where you can clearly see Jakey, who is managing Jakey, Dania. Okay, here what you can see is, okay, Jakey is also, oh boy, Jakey is lead generation, but their pricing structure is different. Their online shopping, online payment option is different, so shopping cannot be run. EWC technology. EWC technology is an e-commerce client, and hopefully it will also be a Google Shopping eligible client.
Okay.
But it also doesn't support the current tasks. Children's dentist, cheeky studio of makeup. Studio is a closet candy. How about closet candy?
Okay.
This one too is using outdated one. Seems like we have many clients who are using older Basecamp.
Okay, but no, probably if you would like, we can continue go forward with the document. If we couldn't find a project similar.
Finally we found it, and
Okay.
it's this one, Aspire Food Group. I'll
Okay.
add you here in this particular Basecamp task.
Mhm.
Aspire Food Group is, it's their company name, but the business name is Exoprotein, and I think their
Okay.
website name is also Exoprotein. Service is managing this client. I'm giving you access so that you can see the
Cool.
existing task. How service
Okay.
worked on these tasks. So
Okay.
for Google Merchant Center, now you want to get an idea about how to work with Google Merchant Center and getting feed set up. You can proceed to Google Merchant Center task of Aspire Food Group.
Let me see. Yeah, it's already. Yeah. For example, the first task is Google Merchant Center sign up or get access, set up Google Shopping field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open it,
Yeah.
and you can see that how surveys begin here. So he started checking with access. I think
Yeah.
for this particular client, client is already having an existing Google Merchant Center account, so service requested to have access to DP, and then you can see the conversation all the way down to the further level. Like you may have probably spotted that there are two Merchant Center account linked. Why that is the case? All that similar workflow, and right here the feed developer came into. We finally asked feed developer to set up the feed from here on. I'll definitely not go in deep detail, but check this one, and also check this coalition PPC workflow for the same for Google Merchant Center.
Okay, cool.
You'll have a lot better idea on how you can proceed with this task and start doing it in your client's case, like Immer and Oats.
Oh, okay. So this one is just only for training proposal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Never forget checking the notes. These notes explain instructions, how you can proceed.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I think 1 hour is done in these sessions, and so far we have got a very good idea about how it looks like. In the next session, we will proceed with looking into real Basecamp task, exactly what you see here. Here in your account, like this one, and we'll be looking into these tasks one by one and how one should work on each this task. Like I'll also definitely talk about Merchant Center sign up and Google Shopping feed, how you should proceed. And in
Cool.
banner designing, maybe we'll have some sort of conversation on like how to start with banner designing. That we will cover in our session too.
Cool. Sorry, can you share with me that document, the
Sure.
CTP?
Why not?
Yeah, because it's like a roadmap. So, like, yeah, it sounds very interesting because, uh, you know, I know how to manage an actual campaigns, but the problem with me here is I need to understand very good all the methodology, all the how the process, because it's not in each company the same way to work. So that's
True. I'm sharing that on your GChat, this specific document. Make sure
Cool.
that you bookmark it.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Oh, Dania was also here. Dania, when did you join this session?
I don't know.
I joined just after 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then we have pretty much concluded this. I have pinged you at the start of the meeting.
Yeah. I just joined at 11:45. I joined you.
Okay, 45 minutes late. Anyway,
No, not 45 minutes. 15 minutes late.
11:15 you
10,
joined?
10, 10:45.
Okay.
Since 45
10:45,
minutes,
but
I'm
I
since
started this call at 11.
no. It's like 10 is showing in my here.
10:45 PST you may have.
Actually,
Anyway,
I'm giving the time frame with the PST.
okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
10:45. So since 45 minutes, I'm on call.
Yeah, I want you to go through the recording of this after after this call. We will have the recording ready with us. I would like you to go through that recording because it's very
Okay.
important. I think you may have missed our starting phase of the
Yeah,
discussion.
just 10 to 15 minutes is I've missed.
Yeah, so go through that and also go through this document. In session one, we covered very important thing. And in session two, we'll going through look into Basecamp task one by one, and thereon we'll see how to work. In case if you have any confusion, questions in those specific tasks, you can ask me, and that way we can ensure that okay we are all on the same page when it comes to working on Basecamp and going through process.
Cool. When's supposed to be the second one? The second one session?
Second, I think is scheduled tomorrow. Let me check the timeline.
Because in my calendar I have season one, season two, and are together.
So session one, session two, we have had it together. Treat
Yeah.
it like session one, and the next is session three. So session three.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, we originally session one was scheduled yesterday, but we couldn't have it for
Oh,
that urgent work, and you know,
yeah, I remember.
I made it together. So we have 1 hour session. So treat it like we already have session one and session two, even though it was.
Okay, cool. Actually, just to because maybe you have another things to do, but before finish this call, I would like to ask you two things. One,